welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Another match of the day, live stream / watch along, whatever you want to call it these days. Again, we know Arsenal didn't play today. Anyone comes in new at this channel, what are you doing? I'm doing a match of the day watch along, right? Your team didn't play today. Well, we do this every week, pretty much. Most of the time, also don't play on a Saturday, but we do it anyway to keep you on the teams up and down the league, our rivals and up-and-coming opponents, etc., etc. Again, just talk all things football really outside of Arsenal. So on the odd occasion that this does happen, I would say there's a lot of goals, but most of the games are tomorrow, and the games that were today were a bit drab by the sounds of things. But it is what it is. There was goals, but not a lot of goals compared to what we're used to in this on match of the day on a Saturday. There's a bit of drama in a couple of games that I've heard of. One of them's upset a lot of Man City fans, or they're going on social media doing clicky-baity twats. But it is what it is. And yeah, just going to pop into the chat because apparently I'm late. I'm not late. I was bang on time. Oh dear! But everyone, I've got Tom in the chat as well. We got Tom says, "I think you should let Mr. Tom on the stream." Tom, if you want to come on, still, thumbs up in the chat, and I'll send you a link. No events today. Well, there might be a little event, but depending on what we see. Yeah. Massive to Tom says, Jesus Christ. It's Saturday, you know what that means? It's Mr. Tom time. Jesus Christ. Emerson's in the chat as well. Big up Emerson. Well, what is that? It's YouTube. What do we expect? Let's be honest. Oh dear. Hope you got my news. I did get your news. I will get on to that in a bit as well. But for all big Arsenal fans, all Arsenal news related today. Both our youth teams played today, under 18s and our under 21s. Both won. The under 18s won 4. What's it? 4-0. I need to get the phone again. I think it was 4-0. But Man United, the under 21s beat the Manchester United 4-2. They were 4-0 up, but they ended up scoring 2 goals back. We beat United 4-2. Yay. And it's then come out since in the coming hours that one of the under 18 players that played in the under 18 squad today is in fact 13 years old and in secondary school still. 13, what year it is now? 13. Is it year 8? It's like year 8, year 9, isn't it? Something like that. That's mental. Link me, okay, bear with me. I'll just put it into the chat. I'll put it in the chat, it'll be a lot easier. It'll be boom, boom, that. Off we go. 6. What? 16. From what I'm going to have another group chat I'm in. They screenshotted a tweet basically. Yeah, what you call a tweet. One of those was 13. Either way, it's mental. Let's roll. That would be a bit. Whatever. Not going there. I'm just reporting the news. Also, Trossard. There's unconfirmed reports that he basically it doesn't look like he's going to be in the matchday squad tomorrow for the North London derby. It seems he might. There's mixed reports saying could have a bout of COVID. There's other reports saying he just got picked up an injury either today or yesterday. We don't know until obviously the teams come out tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow lunchtime actually. And Arsenal will tell us what exactly is going on there. We won't know. But just give you a quick update on that side of things as well. And if I've missed anything, Emerson, let me know. Oh dear. Really? I mean, really? He has got either one or the other. Jesus Christ. But fucking talking about Stefan, actually, your team fucking hell today. I mean, they won, obviously, in the end, but made hard work of it a bit, didn't you? What was it? Was it 3-1 up at one point? Got drawn back to 3-all. Obviously, you go on to win it 4-3, but fucking hell. Oh, mate, I don't know if it's a distraction because you're hearing the news about bloody Knights getting pumped the way they did, and they ended up losing 5-2 in the end to Plymouth. Jesus Christ. Thanks again to my new sponsors, New Band. I wasn't talking about the player that scored the hat trick. I was talking about one of the players in general. One of the players in general in that under-18s team today. Fucking Murphy, seriously. Again, we were match day. What are we on? Match day. I was saying match day 6. Match day 6, sorry. Well, match day 6. Apart from opening weekend, we haven't had the usual Alan Shearer, Ian Wright combo. There's all changing every single fucking week. I'm not liking it. Give me my righty at least. Yes, I did watch the rugby. I chose that over the Man United game, which is, in one sense, a good thing. Fucking what a game of rugby that was. Ireland winning, thank. For once and for all, before being Tommy, once and for all, Ireland showing on the World Cup stage their true worth. They didn't go hiding today. In years gone, but over the last 20 years, they've always gone hiding in these World Cups. But there he is. Here's our man with a big bushy beard. How are you doing today? We're 3-0 win.
Loads of money. No, it's it got a bit airy for a second.
Why is that? Oh, bloody hell.
Because I don't know if you saw in the chat on the trip, but when it was 0-0, there were some comments and people right to say this about how the Watford goalkeeper played bang average this season, but then pulls off 5 saves in the first half, and it's like, yet another goalkeeper that turns into prime Gianluigi Buffon when he's playing against Leeds, like the whole goalkeeper on Wednesday, for example, just mysteriously becomes the greatest goalkeeper ever. But then we scored one and they collapsed. But before the goal, it felt like it had Leeds all over them, every area of the game all over them, and then they're going to win 1-0 with a breakaway at the end. That is New Zealand, the All Blacks, isn't it, Chris?
I'll say it's the All Blacks, yeah. I'll say it's more likely them.
It was recent, was it not?
I say, yeah, going into the last World Cup before they lost to us in semi-final. No, but going back up your goalkeeping situation tonight, literally, at one point, Shay Given was like our kryptonite. Every fucking once in a blue moon, we'd actually have no problem, but the majority of the time, home or away, it'll just turn up at Highby most of the time and just literally turn into fucking, as you say, Buffon, literally. Like the Irish equivalent of Buffon, that putting that stage you wouldn't put up any other week. It just pissed me off. And then there was a stage that every goal kick coming to the Emirates just did that. It was like, seriously? Like Fabianski left us, went to Swansea. His first trip back to us, he turned into Prime Neuer.
Yeah, that's our first home win this season.
Was it 7 games for you this season as well? How many home games though?
This is the 8th game. I think we've had 4 at home. Could be wrong.
On the 8th game, okay. Oh yeah, you had midweek, didn't you? Yeah, you had midweek.
We've had 3. They all draw. They've been all draws though. Like we've only lost 1 game.
Yeah.
This is funny. Our I don't know how many days ago it would have been. Let's just say for argument's sake, 8 days ago, we were 15th, and you know it was looking a bit. But again, we'd only lost the 1 game, but because of the draws, it was like we're 15th, and then all of a sudden, 7 points later, we're 5th.
Fucking hell! Jesus Christ!
And it will go. If Sunderland did lose tomorrow heavily, we would then mysteriously move into 4th. Not that it matters.
Oh, goal difference and all that.
Yeah. Again, not that. If you finish 5th, you might as well finish 4th or 4th, whatever. But early days yet, and we've still got an Ipswich Town to chase.
Yeah, they've been. I mean, fair play to Ipswich. Obviously, although you beat them a few weeks ago. Sorry, Stefan, for reminding you on that one. But considering this is their first season back in the Championship after how many years, they don't look like that. Normally, the teams come up from League One and they take a year or 2 to adapt, or they just go back down. Whereas Ipswich, as a started up, they want to go back. They want to go up again to the Premier League this time, obviously. Just they need to tighten their defence up. That's all I've got to say. And that one. Talking of fucking defence, what's happened to Brentford today?
I imagine that realistically, Ipswich are going to expect a drop off, and ultimately they're just going to top half would obviously be really good for them. We said this before. Top half would be really good for them, but ultimately they've just got to stay in the division, haven't they? Well, obviously.
Yeah, that would be the expectation to start the season, just to stay in the league. Yeah. Do what Brentford did a few years back, stay in the league and then build on that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to them coming to Ellen Road, because the way it looks like it's going to be on Leeds to spank them down again. Because and of course, Stefan's going to go. Oh, I think we're going to win the whole thing. And imagine my fucking surprise! Yeah,
I mean,
fucking arrogance.
No, I mean to be fair, I mean, what was it? Apart from losing to you guys, have they lost any games so far?
Exactly.
So to be fair, they should be. If they're going to be arrogant, they can be arrogant for a bit, because they're going away to places they shouldn't be going away to and winning. Brentford are shit. They were shit today.
Ipswich haven't lost since November. Since November? Is that how long it's been since Leeds have been to Portman Road?
The answer is my Cyprus. What? How?
I knew he was saying Cyprus as soon as he said the clue was him.
Yeah. I'm just like, how? Just how?
Because they don't play any of the top tier nations.
That's not a relevant stat then, really. We're not going to play the big boys. Don't come up with stupid stats like that. If you're coming up with a stat like that, at least say your Cyprus are playing at least England, Ireland, bloody well.
New Zealand might have been 24 games.
We ask some questions.
I don't know.
Of New Zealand then.
I don't know.
This week comes when you go, well, these are actually the 2014 New Zealand. New Zealand's beat.
I don't know. Anything to tape. I'm a lot of things, but that's pretty strong, Stefan. That's pretty strong.
No, it's just shit. Not as shit as fucking Brentford though.
I bathe and change my clothes regularly.
A question from Vance and Thomas: who will finish higher, Norwich or Ipswich? Not answering. Too easy.
It's hard to say, right? Because right, and Stefan's not going to like this, right? Because obviously it's easy to say right now it will be Ipswich, but the fact of the matter is Norwich have got all the parachute payments coming out of their arsehole, so they can in January just go bang if they really wanted to, just spend some money. I can't imagine anyone would want to go there, but the point still stands.
So Southampton has got, obviously Southampton been relegated, so they'll be giving parachute payments because obviously they're a Premier League club and this whatever.
Yeah,
but they've dropped off recently in the last few weeks now.
Yeah, I'm not saying that to insult Ipswich. It's just more the realism of that what Norwich have in their locker that they choose to not use.
Yeah, which is a bit bizarre. Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. Beating Endor is nowhere near the levels of a New Zealand.
What I would say is it's slightly below par. Slightly.
That's like England beating Chile today, basically. 71.
The year is 2074, and we're in the semi-finals of the 2023 Rugby World Cup. Jesus Christ, this tournament feels like it goes on forever.
They're sort of dragging it out, yeah. The group don't want games in midweek, so I get more eyes. Because the way they've done it for the last few tournaments now is like the games are it's basically Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Because of Monday, because of obviously when it takes place, it's obviously during school hours and work hours or whatever. So they sort of rigged it. I say rigged it. Organised it so more people are able to watch their team, their country play in the World Cup and all that, and not miss it because they're at work or at school or whatever. So you get the odd Thursday night game, but obviously it's like Friday night. Predominantly it's Friday nights, 3 or 4 games on Sunday, and then off you go again.
I'm not a rugby expert, but from looking at like how fixtures were laid out, it's like they've made a point of putting the bigger nations at the weekends and then doing like Portugal versus Namibia and all that, like sort of goes on Thursday afternoon.
Yeah,
just to get out, like because you have to play it, but no one really wants to watch it.
Yeah.
To me, the Rugby World Cup only gets like really interesting when it's the knockout stage.
Knockout rounds, yeah. Because it's literally one off, then it's like you lose you out basically. There's no duos after that. Whereas obviously if South Africa loses today, there's a do-over because obviously got a chance to kick on again. But anyway, Everton, it was the first game. I watched it earlier as a start.
They don't deserve any praise.
No, Brentford were just... Considering Brentford are a home team today as well, they were just all over the place. They played like Everton have been playing for the last few weeks. Let's be honest, in terms of defensively. They let the opposition come at them in terms of this time Everton. They actually made Everton look decent, and that's saying something.
Brentford's Moneyball will catch up with them eventually. Plus, their style of play and business relies on you having the 20 goal talisman up front,
which they're looking to sell apparently for 60 to 80 mil.
I don't blame them for looking to sell him.
Yeah.
But they then have to find 20 goals for 10 million or whatever.
The next person, yeah.
Which you got to get right, because if you don't, then I'm sorry, Sam. All right. I'm sorry. All right. You must have caught me in a moment, like when Sam Byron had just scored his second goal for Leeds in 15 years that he'd been at the club or something. I'm sorry. Yeah. Nemeth is Nemeth like was the word dirty on your word of the day toilet paper? Did you dirty?
Oh dear. But also, Sam goes on to say Balogun missed 2 penalties today on his home debut today for Balogun, and he had 2 penalties and he missed them both.
That's unfortunate. I'm so sad for him.
Also, karma's a bitch, isn't it?
No, I would say if I was Arsenal fan, I'd go, did the check clear? Did we get all the money we're supposed to?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck him then. Oh, yeah.
So, any loopholes in there? No, cool. It's tight as fuck. Yep, cool. They can't go back on it? No, cool.
Does a receipt count? No.
No. They lost to, I mean, Nice are decent. Started off well this season, so, but still, to have 2 opportunities from the spot and bottled it twice. Oh, come as a bitch. Oh, last night, so it was last night. all I know is.
Whoa! Oh my god! I don't know. I don't even know why I'm making noises like that. I'm just excited that my team are not shite this week.
Who you got next week? Oh, here we go.
Southampton.
There we go. The big one with the first contest, debatable that sent the City fans in disarray.
I don't know what there is to debate. He got his hands around Morgan Gibbs White's throat.
The still photo of the incident, Rodri has both hands around Gibbs White's throat. What's the referee to do from there?
What's the debate?
That's what I'm saying. That has always been a red card offence, even back in the since day one of the league and all that, when the rules have been in place and whatever. That's always been a red card offence. Because it's Rodri. Oh no, what are you on about? No. They're clowns. We're fucking that Boovy, that Man City fan from Bristol, Boovy. Oh, the clowns are a disgrace. They don't know what they're doing. Oh my god! Seriously.
I was half considering exaggerated laughing at everything that was said in front of Sam Greenwood because of his joke earlier.
Yeah.
I thought if I laugh at everything else, then he'll get more and more upset. No, he wouldn't. He's a great lad. He's a great lad, really. But yeah. Oh, especially now he said this about Southampton. Did I mention Sam Greenwood's my favourite guy?
When was that?
He's wow. I don't know if he's trolling or not because
I'm not getting involved now. I mentioned this before, just before you popped on, Sam. Southampton just seem to be in disarray. Started off okay-ish, but it seems the second Ward Prowse has gone to West Ham, their form's completely different.
No, they're still scoring goals. They've got the top scorer in the division. Where they're actually falling off is the defending.
Yeah. I mean, they lost 3 or 4 last week against Leicester. Midweek 1-0 against Ipswich, and then lost to the bottom team of the league, who hadn't had a win all season, Middlesbrough today.
Give you a quick trivia question for everyone. Who are the only team in all 4 divisions of the English pyramid to have not conceded a goal in September 2023?
I wonder who.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. You ain't got to look too far for the answer.
It wouldn't be a team from Yorkshire, would it?
It might be a team for West Yorkshire.
in a white shirt that was in the Premier League a while ago, then dropped out.
It could be true. It could be true. It could be a team that are notorious for poor defending, but have somehow contrived to get 4 clean sheets in a row.
You've asked for this now.
I don't know what's going on. I mean,
Oh dear.
I mean, I do appreciate that everyone's now going to tell me all the football teams in Yorkshire. Like, it's nice to have a mental refresh on this. Like Bradford City, Bradford Park Avenue, York City. Don't forget Guiseley.
Mm.
Halifax Town. Yeah. You used to get good rates with them.
Here we go. Just the instant. Here we are.
Oh, we pushed him. Oh, you silly sod. And then he punched him in the throat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And what's he doing though? What's the ref doing?
Well, it wasn't a punch, I'm exaggerating. But it was very much like a Steven Seagal type chop, like chop thrust. Like in Under Siege, that would have killed someone.
But he went like it goes like that the first time, and then he goes back in with the other hand. But with more force the second time. What an idiot. Yellow card at best. Oh, behave yourself, MF.
Don't get me wrong. Is your stance on this red card something to do with the fact that he might be not in a certain match during that?
To be honest, when I found out about the red card, I didn't even know that he's going to be missing our game. Oh, look at this. Fucking look at this. Featherwine and fucking Edison having head to head now.
You don't get this kind of tomfoolery in the Championship. Greenwood. Oh.
Oh dear. No one messed up Leon as they lost again. Fucking hell. The few couple of times around York, since COVID and all that, they've dropped off. They've just fallen apart. I mean, Leicester were one, Leon on another. There's a few others as well. They're just completely fallen out of what they once were.
It's because they can't match the spending of the team that was established in 2012 or whenever it was.
Mm-hmm. That team in the capital, yeah, that's just starts spending money just for the sake of it, basically.
The team that had only won the title once before they
came into money,
then won it a lot.
Yeah, before their recent dominance, so we say.
I will say this, right? This is a weird personal quirk of football. When I first got into football in 94, 95, PSG were in the Champions League. So I just took it as, all right, they're a capital city. They've probably got a good football team. And then it eventually dawned on me that, wait, they're not in it every year. And, like, they're not actually that good. And then they bought Ronaldinho. And he weren't too bad. Don't get me wrong, he's no Jorginho Ruter. Right? Because that lad... delicious stuff. Daniel Farkas said to the media, I agree with you, Emerson. Just point out, I agree. Daniel Farker has said to the media that he's had a word with Ruter and he's told him to stop trying to embarrass, or not trying to stop embarrassing the opposition.
Oh my God.
With his, yeah. Well, he basically, I'll have to find the clip of it and send it to you. But he basically does like the spin what Rafinha span over the ball and sent Gary Cahill into retirement. Just ended his professional career. Well, he kind of did something similar today. to
Tom,
Watford, and Farker wasn't very pleased. But we were all like,
well, that's,
Daniel Farker is a great man. What I will say, he done the Arteta move of, you will not call me head coach. I am first team manager.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
There's a clip going around in the game today where basically the ball's coming to him up in the air. He just literally just takes it down with a touch and literally just stopped the ball dead.
Oh, I killed the ball. It was
Yeah,
incredible stuff. And he wasn't like a top level footballer. Well, I think he was a striker. I don't know. You know what I mean, though.
it wasn't
Ain't like he played Premier League football and then ends up just getting handed a job. Like, he's obviously worked his way up. But then, but yeah, as someone on Twitter wrote, this is why Jack Harrison, the real reason Harrison left Leeds was because he didn't want to be the player with the second best first touch at the club, or the person with the second best first touch, because it'd obviously be Daniel Farker, because he's great. Even if we lose to Southampton next week, he will still be great.
God.
Just saying. I've got faith in this man.
I said it back in the summer. I think bringing the new ownership, bringing him in, was an astute thing to do because obviously he knows the league inside out. He knows how to assemble a squad to get out of that league.
He was the best pick. He was the best pick out of what we could have got, or out of what was available. Like, say what you will about Patrick Vieira, and I would not have been sad had we actually give it to Patrick Vieira. However, you can't if you have a chance, you can't really overlook someone that's obviously already won the thing twice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, he knows what he's like. The thing is, obviously, at Norwich, they gave him enough to win the championship, but then nothing to even put a dent in the Premiership or Premier League. But
Sam's gone rogue in the chat. That's what I'm saying. He's gone rogue. I can't read it out.
To be honest, Sam, like, as you say, let's be honest, that could be said about 98% of the Premier League footballers. Because how many of them can actually string a sentence together? Like, he's got Foden's got an earpiece in because they're having to like tell him what to say.
Yeah, basically.
But Stefan is obviously. See, this is what happens, right? This is how everyone turns on each other in this community. Okay, you're right, Sam. I agree with you. Because he was saying all nice things about Leeds, and then instantly he's like, "Yeah, but you did Jimmy Savile's from there, though, isn't he?" Like, instantly, just hello, BX Gunner.
BX, you got a job tonight. Can you bring the chat back into normality, please? Because it's gone a bit rogue for the last few minutes.
I want Emerson back to start telling me some stats. I love a stat. And just for anyone who didn't know, when I said earlier that a team had gone the whole month without conceding a goal, it was Leeds United. You all knew, but just in case, just in case you thought I was then going to turn around and go, actually, it was Middlesbrough, which are a suburb of Yorkshire, or whatever. They're not. But some people claim it. Yeah, but Stefan, when you say we, do you mean Ipswich or Celtic? Because it's two opposite ends of the country, isn't it? So I don't really. Something bad happened. I read something happened with Brendan Rodgers today.
I don't know that. All I know is Joe Hart got sent. I know Joe Hart's got sent off, but they won 3-0. So I didn't know.
Wait, so Celtic win 3-0 and the goalkeeper, even with their goalkeeper sent off?
Yeah, that's how.
What even is the point of football there?
Exactly. Oh God.
You're right, they do, due to games played in the 80s, Nemeth. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Let's listen to what they're saying. What's that?
Yeah, just for benefit of people, I'm watching it. I'm watching through the iPlayer on my phone, so I'm possibly behind.
So basically, from what I can make out, Dane Murphy agrees with the red card because basically saying he doesn't understand what on earth he was doing and all that malarkey, but the ref did the right thing and sent him off.
Even if it is harsh, right? Let's just say everyone agreed it's harsh, for argument's sake. What do you expect to happen when you put your hands around a footballer's throat and then Steven Seagal him?
Twice. Yeah. Twice before he did the Steven Seagal move.
Yeah. He was like, paw! Like his left arm, wasn't it? He was like, paw! Paw! That's some of that Tom Fu.
Rodriguez Senior scored 131 goals as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I'm guessing he was a penalty taker. He has to have been. But
because there was that goalkeeper years ago, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, in South
Paraguay,
football.
Shinovet.
Yeah, literally, he had a ball. Every goalkeeper he had a bulldog on there, but he'd take the free kicks, penalties, you name it.
I nearly won big money on him when I was 13, right? I got one of my mates' dads. I told him, I went, the Paraguay goalkeeper takes their free kicks and penalties. But then he went into his local bookie, and I think he got odds of 10-1 that he'd score, or it was something like that. And he hit the crossbar. I was like, damn it, nearly got it. Nearly got it. It was in their game. I think they played Bulgaria. I could be wrong. But oh my God, you should have seen the Tom Fu I did at Jimmy's buffet last night. Oh my God. Right. I had 3 steaks. Okay.
Oh God.
Right. Just you can make, before you even make the jokes, right? I'm just gonna tell you this. Yeah, if I don't go to the toilet twice at a buffet, I've not had the full buffet experience. Too far? All right.
Yeah, I'm getting it so far, yeah.
Too far. And they were like, so you do your stir fry, you hand it to them. They were like, do you want prawn, chicken, or beef? And I'm like, yes.
All of the above.
Yes.
Oh dear.
You can always tell the chat is good on Ryan's show when he goes quiet, doesn't show any of the comments.
Because I can't. I just fucking need to kill me.
It's brilliant. He's not wrong. It's not wrong. Manchester United played, did they?
Sadly, yeah. Well, I say sadly, in the sense of because of the result, but yeah, lucky bastards.
Chelsea are definitely going to win tomorrow, by the way.
Who they got tomorrow? Villa.
They're home to Villa, but the reason I know they're going to win is because I'm betting in the dark. I've put together, I compiled a special bet called all of Leeds' enemies to lose. And it was basically Everton to lose to Brentford, Manchester United lose to Burnley, and then Chelsea lose to Villa. So naturally, it's going to go the complete opposite direction.
Or you just get one. You get 1 out of 3.
Yeah, but It's not fun then, is it? I mean,
Well, it is for me because I'm an Arsenal fan. I can't stand the bastards. I loathe in their misery. Okay,
but don't worry, lads. I'm gonna find all the memes. Just because Man United won, I'm not gonna. That doesn't mean I'm gonna take it easy on them. I will find memes that are ratting them out because there will be. There will be.
I mean, the fact that Johnny Evans got the assist for the winning goal says it all.
The fact they're playing Johnny Evans in 2023 gives me questions, right? It's basically, how have you spent the money your club has spent and yet you're still playing Johnny Evans? And worse than you're still playing Johnny Evans, you got rid of him and then you went back to get him.
Well, I think you gave him a summer contract and then went, you know what? You'll do. In you come.
Oh, Johnny Evans just scored. It's going to get chalked off, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
yeah, offside, I think it was. Or the obstruction, there's an obstruction on it too.
Yeah, he's in front of the goalkeeper. Yeah.
Oh yeah, just a bit. Fucking Hoyland just standing there going, all right, how you doing? Don't mind me. Oh, the ball's in the net. Okay. Oh, a fucking fairy tale. The commentator goes, fucking fairy tale. A fairy tale. The guy's 35 years old, for God's sake. He's paid me.
So this Burnley team that were absolutely decimating the championship, right? They've then gone and bought the England under-21 goalkeeper, so they should be even better, in theory.
In theory.
And they're not. And I know they've played some hard games, like I get that. But I've not seen any of this free-flowing attacking football I was promised.
This is the thing. All summer, all we had them done by the media is how
I hate him.
they're going to be around. They're going to be enough they could be pushing for European spots because of Vincent Company.
But they're going to be pushing for a European spot. Who said this?
This is the Sky Sports. Sky Sports.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They had pundits coming in on a weekly, basically bigging this team up.
Based on what?
Based on last season, that's it. In the championship.
Well, based on the championship.
Yep. And I was like, no, it ain't gonna happen, not gonna happen. And from day one, as soon as I watched them play Man City, I knew they're gonna be in a massive relegation scrap. Because they play okay. They don't play the Sean Dyche football anymore. But they lack clinical edge. They haven't got that out and out striker for the end product. And they can't defend for toffee.
I hate Bruno Fernandes, but that was a cracking volley.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a cracking goal. But like I say, Route 1 football for Manchester United, who would have thought?
It weren't just overhyped. It was this inherent bias of who the manager was. And I know people were going to say, "Oh yeah, but you got all that with Bielsa." It's like, yeah, but Bielsa had earned that.
Bielsa had a career behind him to earn that crust, so we say.
Bielsa, even if you just take away everything he'd done previous to joining Leeds, the fact is that he took a failing championship team and improved them. Whereas Vincent Kompany took a team that had parachute payments, already had a team that was probably better than everyone in the league, and then he was just... But...
Doesn't mean doesn't mean he's a great manager though.
Kompany's he's a Man City legend. Not legend, he's a Man City legend.
Yeah.
Like he, or it's like I don't know. No, look, I say Oscar Pistorius again. No, all right. Michael Jackson's a legend, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to have him coaching a Premier League team that just got promoted. Terrible comparison, but I don't care. Because,
Other scenes, there's a comment about the company makes good spaghetti bolognese doesn't mean he's a great manager.
This is the thing, though. Like, I'm not against people because obviously, if that Burnley team survives, they've done well. Right? Let's be clear. If they finish 17th, company has succeeded. But telling me he's going to finish 7th.
I was just pissed myself. I was literally just thinking, is this not serious? If they seen something I haven't, it's all because effectively they walked, because not only who they managed it, but because they walked the championship so easily. Like championship and Premier League is different. But like Sam says, they did. Brinkman Company did bits of obviously the championships, did covering the championship, fair enough, but the levels and is so far superior in the Premier League. And it's like watching Norwich a few years back. Every time they go up, down, they were too good for the championship, but they weren't good enough to stay in the Premier League. So they're constantly up and down, to the point where they're now just there in the championship now, hopefully. And if Burnley ain't careful, they don't get their head at the back so come January and get some decent players in. Yeah. Apparently this game was crap. Apparently just what do you expect, guys? Come on. The fact that Burnley had majority of the chances, majority of the ball. I'd have to get the stats up now. Actually, I'll get the stats up. And I know Burnley are the home team, but this is Burnley versus Manchester United, the great Manchester United. 62% of the possession was with Burnley, even at 0-0. By the way, I checked it at the time. Total shots 12 to 11, 4 on target, 5 off target, 2 off target. Passes, Burnley had 633 passes. Man United had 400. Clear-cut chances 1 each, which obviously led to their Man United's goal. 9 corners to Burnley compared to the 5 of United. Offside once, offside 3 times. Discipline-wise, 6 fouls committed by Burnley, 12 by Manchester United.
Where are you?
That's the area.
My favourite thing about that, sorry to get away from this game, my favourite thing about Delia's special night out at Carroll Road on that night was the part that people never mention is she did it when they were 2-0 up in a game that they lost 3-2.
Half time.
People forget that. She did it because they were winning and she felt the crowd weren't loud enough and behind the team. And then she inspired the other team to make her look like an even bigger prat.
Was it Man City? Was it Man City or Portsmouth they're playing that night as well? It was one of the two.
I'm sure it was Man City because I think Robbie Fowler scored.
Yeah, this is Man City, by the way, when they were cracking for the money.
Yeah, it was in their first iteration before they were reborn.
Before they became PSG 2.0.
Yeah. Like company stood there like I'm gonna wear jacket, shirt, t-shirt, I'm gonna wear cap. It's like no mate. I mean, really, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's a bit like you look too cool for school for a team that's losing. Like you should get changed into your tracksuit or something. I don't even know what I'm going on about at this point. I'm just.
You got a show.
I'm sure he's a really nice man, Vince Company. Because no one named Vince is bad.
You say that now. Oh dear. But yeah, have you got any shows tonight or?
No, I actually planned on having the night off of streaming, but then I was sitting there, I was eating one of my pork balls, and I was like, oh, I wonder if Ryan's doing a stream tonight for a thing. And then it came up in 30 minutes, Ryan's going live, and I thought, bingo.
and you ran it into the chat and went, boom, I'm
Yeah,
available.
because I didn't. I think I see it as more of a night off, like when it's a Saturday night and I'm not on here at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
more than actually like, midnight or 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, dear.
The thing you got to worry about, Stefan, is, this will sound really silly, is that in Bielsa's first season at Leeds, we won 3-0 at Norwich in September, and then they went on a 26-game unbeaten run or something like that, and cantered to the champ. Yeah, but we made them look terrible, and then they just slaughtered everyone, and we couldn't stop it.
Oh, dear.
It was almost like it was our fault. It was like we woke the beast up.
It sounds familiar to talk. Was it? What year was it? 2017, Chelsea. Yeah, 16-17 season, and Chelsea won the league last. And it was under Conte's first season. Literally, they were sort of going about doing their own thing. They weren't performing great, but they're getting results here and there. Came up. Was it match day? I think it's match day. I want to say match day 7 or 8. Something like that. Around September, October time. Arsenal versus Chelsea at the Emirates. We pumped them 3-0 in the end, but 3-0 at half time. So he then changes his tactics, makes sure they obviously don't concede any more goals. Because they didn't concede any more goals in the second half, he stuck to that formation the rest of the season, which led them to go on to win the league. Because it's like and they look, it was just like seriously. It's like you say, like we'd awoken the beast, and it's like, oh shit. Then when we played them in the corresponding fixture, they pumped us 3-1, and was like, seriously. Fucking Hazard are doing his Hazard thing, one season wonder.
Okay, two things. Firstly, I'll get your comment me second. Firstly, Greenwood. I know that's not appearing on this. I just already know it, but the laugh you wanted? The laugh you wanted out of me earlier? The laugh you feel you never got? Consider it got. Brilliant. Brilliant. Just if you're sitting there wondering, was it worth me typing that out? Yes, it was. Anyway, right. So.
Oh dear God.
I'm going to say a comment that I know you're all going to hear, and you're going to think, like, I don't know football, or I'm this, I'm that, I'm an idiot, whatever. I don't rate Conte. And you're going to go, oh, he won the Premier League. Oh, he won the Premier League. Oh, he won Serie A. Whatever. It's like, so did Claudio Ranieri. And he's been sacked 19 times or whatever it is. Like, it's like Conte's never with the exception of Tottenham, Conte's never managed a team that weren't top of their class in terms of like spend or the squad he inherited or whatever.
Yeah. And
so like he inherited the Chelsea team. He inherited a Chelsea team that basically played once a week because they weren't in Europe.
Yeah, that's finished 10th. Yeah.
And then as soon as I had to play twice a week, they were shit.
Yeah, yeah. Even in Europe, they were shit. Jesus Christ. But yeah, the one time he goes outside of his comfort zone, as you mentioned, and goes to fucking Tottenham, he gets exposed after his first defeat. It was just like the end of his night, basically. And then did what he did back in March, and did that mad rant after his 3-3 draw. You knew his day was numbered, but yeah. He tried to prove people wrong, it backfired. And with all the clubs to go to, you don't know the Tottenham to do that. But anyway.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. If someone turns around to me and goes, I think he's really good, he won the Premier League, well, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue against it, because obviously he has a resume which suggests he's very good. But I think that pads over a lot of the realities of actually having him.
Here comes the relegation 6-pointer. Luton versus Wolves at the Kenny. The refurbed Kenny, anyway. Fucking 5-4-1. Jesus Christ.
You know, this is partly why, and I'm never going to say, I'm like, in football, a lot of people get upset when teams don't try to beat you. Like, at the end of the day, with the squad Leeds United having the championship, I can't be surprised that teams are going to turn up at Ellen Road and play 5-4-1.
Yeah. But when you're playing 5-4-1 at home to a depleted Wolves team as well, that's where you got to ask questions of yourself.
Yeah, that's yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think this result's really important for them because the first point on the board is always the hardest. Like, I remember sitting there when Leeds got first promoted and we lost to Liverpool in that narrow game.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's like you. But it was like, if we don't beat Fulham next week, for example, then all right, we go Sheffield United. If we don't then beat Sheffield United, we are where you gonna get, because then our fourth game is Man City. But fortunately, we did beat Fulham. But you sit there and you think, like, where we could get fucking points from? I do like this Edwards guy though. Like, I like
Edwards, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think the team are obviously the team are going in one direction, right? And that's downwards, right? And that's not one disrespect to them. The reality is, even with this relegation, them as a club will be better off than had they not been promoted in the first place.
Yeah, parachute payments, yeah.
But just even because they've not really gone out and bought anyone, so they've all automatically got 200 million.
Yeah.
For the club, and they are building a new stadium, to my knowledge. That's exactly what I was. So that's exactly what I was doing. But it's fun. It's more fun sometimes. Like, you sit there dead still, but then sometimes you move your eyes to see if anyone notices, and if they catch it, they just go like, I think that no one just looks at me, and then I'm like, and made them look like they were seeing things. So, and then as soon as their friends turn their back or the family turn their back, I start doing it again. And then anyway.
Yeah, sorry, Wolves number 27 just been sent off. What an idiot! Both him and Lockyer have gone down in a challenge. Because he didn't get his way, he's then gone to Lockyer on the floor, while still on the floor, and gone back up his backside basically with studs, and then complains like, "Why am I being sent off?" Oh my god!
Wolves. Luton had to score that.
Yeah. What's Dawson doing?
The most glaring thing I've noticed about the Championship, though, now after 3 years of not being in it, is you don't get punished for shit defending as much nearly to the degree that you do in the Premier League.
Yeah. I think Newton found out one out straight away, basically, when they played Brighton. Messed up the amount of errors they made on day one.
I mean, it's unfortunate for Luton that they're now in like the greatest football league in the world, where if you don't get punished for a mistake, you certainly will the second time.
Yeah, Stefan says Wolves should be putting away Luton. A Wolves side pre-COVID, yeah, but since COVID, they're just not doing the recruitment's gone downhill, and they're going downhill themselves.
You know what it is as well that people ain't saying? It's the fact that Wolves got ahead of the game in terms of like recruiting like top Portuguese talent, whereas now everyone else goes there for players.
Yeah, they ain't got
it's become the new hub for like getting a player relatively cheap compared to like the same sort of profile in another country. But now even that's going up because they know the Premier League are all going there for their players. And
The post, oh my god. All was so wasteful in this game.
the Scottish Premier League, it's barely even the best league in Scotland. Like, the Scottish Championship would probably give it a run for its money.
Oh god.
Because at least the Scottish Championship, like, you don't know who's definitely going to win it.
On the attack.
And I know he's in the process of typing out, yeah, but Man City win this one every time as well. Like, that's true.
How's that a penalty? I mean, look at that. He got 2 yards away from the player. If I say 3
That's a
yards
line,
away.
them, if we all know you don't have mates.
He's 3 yards away from play. He gets a block and he hits off his leg onto his knee and wide out. The ricochets onto his arm. Can't move his arm out of the way because of what his body. That's not. If it had gone straight to his hand, then fair enough. But it's hit off his leg first. It's a ricochet from his leg onto his arm, which he can't do nothing about.
It'd be interesting to see how many goals Luton score away from their patch.
In open play as well, not just from the penalty spot.
That's true, Nemeth, but I barely exist, so. It still is really rare, Chris. Really, it's only Brighton that do it. Premier League teams generally, other than Brighton, like to see that player go to a country, again, like a Portugal, like maybe even a Spain, and see how they play in European football.
Yeah.
And then see if that translates over to the Premier League. Whereas Brighton are like, we'll cut out the middleman and we'll just pay $1 million for you, and either we're going to lose $1 million or we're going to make 150. That doesn't fill me with confidence, Nemeth. I thought I was talking sense, but the fact you're now saying it makes me realise that have I said the wrong thing.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I loved how Watford last year were like, oh, we're massively behind Rob Edwards no matter what happens. Then they sacked him about a week later, and then he got Luton promoted. It was hilarious.
Yeah, you could not make that bit up, by the way. But Watford for you, what do we expect? I'm expecting Watford to come at one be stacked any day now.
Apparently, they're offering him a new contract. Ishmael.
No, come on.
What is it? I forget his name.
I don't even know. I don't even bother learning the Watford manager's name anymore because they're sacked 5 minutes later.
Like Valerian Ishmael, is that it? Or Ishmael? I don't know. But he used to manage Barnsley, I know that much, and then West Brom.
Right,
Yeah, he like takes Daryl DK wherever he goes. But so I expect Watford to stump up the money for him soon. But I don't know how far that contract will go based on Watford's performance today. They were not in at all. It was.
No, I heard it's so one-sided today.
It was one of the most pleasurable experiences of being a Leeds fan until after the first goal, obviously. I was really nervous before that. As I said to other people, Leeds fans last week, I was like, we just got to game by game just hunt everybody down and just chase them. No one wins the championship in October. Not even Burnley did.
Nope.
Not even the great Burnley or the great Reading side that got like 1 million points, 106 points or whatever.
106 or 109, one of the two.
and
Look where
we're
they
going
are.
to. Yeah.
They got battered today to Blackburn League One.
They're in a lot of trouble though, like no money.
Yeah, the owners are. Not even Majewski has sold the club to the obviously the now current owners, and the current owners was on and just thrown it against the wall and have gone and ruined that club.
They basically thought, "Oh, we're one division away from our Premier League nest egg."
Yeah,
but then they've realised, oh no, you actually have to spend money to make that happen.
Yeah, exactly. Andy Carroll wasn't going to cut the mustard, basically. I keep bringing him back.
He's playing in France now, I believe, Andy Carroll.
Yeah, I think so now. Yeah, start the season in League One, but he's got to move to France or something. Yeah.
I think it's Toulouse. Could be wrong though.
Not even the great Ipswich team. I will wait till November. Just do what I was doing last year with Arsenal. Because we start the season. It's like again game by game. But if we're in the mix by January, then start getting excited. Basically, start dreaming. Until then, just take it game by game. Don't get carried away. Because if you do it now, you're ready for a fall. Oh God! I've just seen Sam's comment. Oh God! God forbid what these people.
How sticky are your palms? Sorry.
I said, God forbid what Sam, Leonard, and Stefan are going to start dreaming about tomorrow if Arsenal win.
Wet dreams, obviously.
Obviously, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, obviously, but how? Yeah, no, I won't say that because I know this got to jump on it quite literally.
Incredible.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! This chat seriously.
Did you know in 1999 Japan redesigned its flag?
Go on.
There's no punchline. It's just it changed from white with a red dot to white with a slightly different red dot.
That was the change. Oh my God. Oh dear.
I mean, they changed like the shade of it slightly.
At least Stefan, at least Sam's open to what he prefers publicly.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. Even Danny Murphy's agreeing with me, saying that wasn't a penalty. That penalty shouldn't have been given because of the ricochet from the knee to his arm. I'm waiting for the Howard Webb letter of apology part fucking 31 or fucking how many now. I'm sorry, my refs aren't good enough. Oh well, you have to suck it up for another week and lose 4 points because of my incompetent bastards.
How is this a Premier League match? Palace versus Fulham. How is it a Premier League match? How?
Because Palace keep behind Roy Hodgson and won't fuck off. And I don't care that upsets new Crystal Palace fans come across the channel and see me saying that. I don't care. They've come up with the Premier League when they did, and they've done nothing apart from just be that mid-table, happy to be around 13th, 12th every year. They've no ambition.
I say that though. I'd love to be in Crystal Palace's shoes. Of like, they're of such a standing now, where even if they're really not doing well and they seem like they're in slight danger, they can just pull we'll bring Roy back emergency fire alarm and then just ease their way to safety. It's like they're never in any real danger.
It's just that ball. That's just that club. It does that club in the league. It just does nothing though. It's just there for the sake of it. It's making up the numbers. At least at Brentford and Brighton will never come up. They've spent the first year adapting, but they kick on. They have a vision to be better than what just a team, just to make up the numbers, basically. Even Fulham last year came up and did something better than what Palace have ever done.
Oh, I'll tell this for Sam Greenwood's benefit. Sam, the owner of Fulham, also funded his son, who happens to be the director of football at Fulham, I believe.
Yeah.
His side job is to own, run, and book AEW. Yes, Sam. What you were watching last night is owned by Fulham.
Oh dear God.
And when Fulham ain't doing well, Fulham fans always send tweets or things to Tony Khan, the son of the owner, Shahid Khan, going, why don't you stop playing with your wrestlers and get on with your actual job as director of football? Whereas I sit there and think, no, actually, his actual job is playing with his wrestlers and his side job is being a director of football at Fulham. Because I can tell you what he really loves, it ain't Fulham.
Yeah. Well, they're quick enough to fucking take the fucking Saudi money for Mitrovic, weren't they? Not replacing him properly.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't blame them, though.
No, surely, again, take the money and all that, but surely you'd invest it better than £7 million on the Raul Jimenez is not what he once was since the injury.
I'd say he's not what he once was is an understatement. Has he even scored since the injury?
Not like he used to. Once, I think it's like once in a blue moon nowadays. He hasn't scored. I don't think he scored for Fulham yet either in open play or in penalty spot or nothing like that.
May I ask Chris Nix why Craven Cottage is the best football tour? I'm not disputing it because obviously I haven't done the football tour circuit.
Just
I just wondered why.
What's so unique, basically? What is the big pull?
Does Tony Khan join the tour and let you play with his wrestling figures?
Now, you'll get them. There's actual statues in the new standard built. There's actual statues and figurines that you can play with.
Yeah, it's next to the Michael Jackson statue.
Oh.
That's not there anymore. They took it down, didn't they?
Yeah, the owners came in. These new owners came along, and
they should have kept it.
They took it down straight away, basically, and they got relegated, and they were down in Championship parts. Was it 5-6
So
years?
statue saving them, basically.
Basically, yeah. The spirit of Michael was there, keeping them afloat.
Yeah.
You could say they need to bring the statue back just to make sure.
They really should bring the statue back just because it's funny. Like, has there ever been a more tenuous and inappropriate statue in football?
Well, especially as the previous owner is no longer with us now as well. As a sort of nod to him because of in the first place.
I mean, because he was here once. That's the best part of it.
He just turned up, walked on the pitch for 20 seconds, and went, "Hi, oh, it's statue for you now."
You see all the Pele memorabilia. But when you say Pele memorabilia, do you mean like all the Viagra adverts he used to do?
Oh God.
My favourite part of Pele's Viagra advert was how he made sure that, he pushed for this, was to have a bit at the end of the advert where he goes, "Of course, I don't need Viagra." something like that.
I'm promoting it, but I don't need it myself.
Yeah, it's like, what? That makes me think even more that you do need it. Like, it never crossed my mind. Like, I automatically thought just would have paid you money to do this. Like, you clearly will just advertise whatever you're paid to advertise. But then the fact you're like, now you're like, oh, I hope people think I don't think that I need it. It's like, oh, now I'm thinking that you
Do.
like you've Barbara Streisand did it. Like, oh, how dare you show this photo of where I live? So now it's going to court, and we're all going to find out about it because obviously we didn't know before this was a thing. But now we're all going to find this photo. So now we all know where you live. I'm still not going to go there. I mean, what do I want to go to Barbara Streisand's house for? But Chris Nicks would probably go there.
Yeah. Take Sam with him.
He'd tell us about the tour. But yeah.
I can't say what I want to say.
But that's to be fair, it's interesting to know that, Chris, in all seriousness.
But it's got an interesting comment about the said subject.
Oh, it's interesting to know that you know.
Oh dear.
I fully expect BX to now be typing, I only found out about it, so I knew how to avoid it.
Oh dear. That game was poor though, because the last game they showed today, bloody hell. How can Fulham dominate a game like that and not score? I don't know.
Because they're trash.
Yeah.
Raul Jimenez, yep. Oh, they're putting it up.
Yeah.
Right. He had 34 goals in 86 games before his injury. Since he returned, he's had 6 goals in 55.
You know, I'm just thinking now, yeah, before head injury, after, yeah, bloody hell. Look at the drop off.
I'm surprised it's 6, to be honest. I thought it'd been 1 or 2 or none.
It feels like it. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make no sense. The price tag was a big fucking flag. £7 million from Wolves. That should have been a massive flag. Oh, yeah, of course. If it had been Jimenez before, and wow, what a pull that would be for Fulham at the time, but no.
So look at this. So Arsenal, you need to win to keep pace with Man City.
Yeah,
realistically.
Basically, yeah. Especially we've got them in 2 games' time, 2 weeks' time, basically.
Man City are currently attempting to overhaul the Invincibles. What would it be called if they did win every game? Like, what is the name they would give it?
The Untouchables. Because they would have won it. If they win every game, they're untouched. They've lost no points, dropped nothing. No one's touched them, basically. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge if we come to it.
I kind of hope they do, purely because then football will be completed and we can all get on with our lives and do more productive things.
Football we broke. Man City doing football broken, basically.
Exactly, and then we can all find more constructive ways to spend our time.
And that's it. It's over. Oh, dear God. But yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah, get me another tab up.
The Match of the Day annual for 2024 is coming out.
Ooh, that's your Christmas present sorted.
I'm going to buy 46 of them and just give them to people, even if I don't know them.
Just take them into work and hand them out on Boxing Day or whatever.
Especially to the people that don't like football.
Give it to your grandkids. I ain't got grandkids.
I'm jealous of people that don't like football. So jealous. Like, partly because I sit there and think, like, what do you do at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon? Like, what? Like, when you get up on a Saturday, what are you thinking about? Because when we wake up on Saturday, it's like, oh, football's on, I've got to do this, and you sort of plan your day around the football. But what are people like? Oh, I've got to go to B&Q or just
yeah. So yeah, it was obviously Arsenal got Tottenham tomorrow, and then we got Brentford midweek on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup, League Cup. Bournemouth away next Saturday at 3 o'clock. Well, hey, 3 o'clock kickoff away. Then we've
Leeds
got
play Southampton at 12:30
what on Saturday? That's
on
cool.
Sky.
Oh, it's on Sky as well. Okay. We've got Lons on the Tuesday, the 3rd of October, away. And then Man City on Sunday the 8th, and then the international break. So I need to find out who Man City got.
I wonder if Lons see victory for themselves.
They can see whatever they want. They ain't going to get anything.
Oh, what's this film on? The Lost Boys. Sorry, just it's probably Michael Jackson's favourite film because then he can find them. I mean, wait, what?
Christ. I've now been told to play video games by someone that likes Boris Johnson, assuming.
That was answering the question of what do people who don't like football do.
Oh, okay. I say, don't tell me what to do. On my channel, for fuck's sake.
To be fair to Raz, it was a fair answer.
Yeah, it depends on video games. If it's like GTA, like the old school GTAs, or GTA 5, waiting for GTA 6, or I don't personally do it, but EAFC now, what was FIFA, knock yourself out, whatever passes the time. But this fucking bullshit. That's what was that? Oh, it was a game years ago. Heavy Rain. Fucking
Heavy Rain. Colonel Wall's playing that at the moment on his channel. Jason.
Where are you? They got fucking spend the whole fucking game finding the kid before he fucking gets taken out by a fucking psychotic, spoilers alert, detective.
I was genuinely shocked the first time. I've only played it once, but I was genuinely shocked. Like, oh my god, it was Scott Shelby the whole time.
That's him all on.
But yeah. I managed to make it to the end, I believe, with 3 characters alive. Well, not Shelby, obviously.
Yeah.
I believe the lady died.
Did you save the boy?
I did save the boy.
Oh dear. What about the woman that links up with the main character?
Oh, she died.
Yeah,
she's dead.
In the house, in the basement. Even though she could be
I didn't shed too many tears over that, I must admit. I only cared about saving the boy. It's a shame.
Mr. Tom lives by candlelight. Jesus Christ.
It's actually laptop light.
Oh, dear. The irony is, guys, if you were here around the summertime, you would have seen daylight creep into that room at 3 or 4 in the morning in the summer when he was keeping me company for one game. Was it Barcelona? I think it was Barcelona we played. It was at stupid o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where even though lights coming in, you were crashing. I was like, Tom, go and get some sleep. You need it. Okay.
I'd been streaming for about 5 hours at that point. To be fair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you eventually agreed, and then you about 5 minutes later you're in the chat. Whoa. So,
it was like I got a second wind.
Yeah.
But
oh dear.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just
I
find it distracting.
BX's boss has just left apparently. I hope your boss isn't watching this channel, by the way. I can be on my phone now. And buying Slender Man is a must-have remastered for PS5. Fair enough. Oh dear. This is no dig at Colonel Modder. The one game because I think it's more so my age myself. The one game I can't get my head around, but just can't get into, fucking Fortnite. I can't get on board with it. No, there's other shit up games and all that. If you say so, then okay. If you say so.
Yeah, but whose are you buying?
Why are you into music? We are into music. Just obviously we're fucking listing things that people can do. And someone came in and said play games. So we're listing some games. That's all.
Stefan's upset that we're talking about games for like 1% of the existence of the channel, and the other 98 is football and people that are almost certainly going to die from drug abuse.
And with that, we are going to wrap things up because I need some sleep because we've got an early start tomorrow. 1:30 we're going live for the early kickoff because I think it's a holiday that's been celebrated in North London. The game kickoff got arranged for early kickoff. So for God's sake, I used to be a pro FIFA player, says Chris. Want the proof? A bird who I know is on OnlyFans. Gobby bitch though. Okay, Stefan.
I'd love to see what he does on the internet when you're not streaming, because the amount of stories he has where it's like, oh, I know a woman from Leeds, or I know, God, it's like, what's he spend his time doing? It's all just fascinated, and I don't think I'm unfair for being fascinated by it. But yeah, thank you for having me on, Ryan.
Yeah, no
Very
worries.
kind of you.
Bitches, I lost the love of playing video games. Played the last FIFA like twice. I mean, FIFA is FIFA, as I say. I'm not breaking my neck to buy a new one. Actually, I didn't have one last one. I don't think I did. I just don't think I did. I can't remember now.
Well, none of you will be playing FIFA this year.
Where's the EAFC now? Is it? Yeah, so technically you are correct. The brand has been renamed now. But yeah, no worries. Thanks for coming on, Tom, and keeping me company for that. And yeah, we are back tomorrow, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, for the North London Derby. Tom is Tom. What here? That Mister is Tom from
Glug.
Jesus. You're doing things.
Wonder what I did to him. I
don't know. I'll get it out at 9 a.m. and play Arsenal. At 3 a.m. and play Arsenal at 9 a.m. Okay.
Oh, from work.
I guess that from work and Arsenal play at 9 a.m. Oh yeah, these times. Talk about tomorrow. Yeah. Yes, as I say, yeah. We are back tomorrow for the North London Derby. We're going to go live 1:30. It's a 2:00 kickoff in terms of the match itself. 1:30, we go live, go for the teams. Anyone's missing, we have all that. Get the build up going for the game tomorrow. Hopefully the lads turn up and don't allow them lot to get mouthy and have anything to celebrate by the end of the game. And then depending on how that goes and if we win, I'm in a happy mood. I might do the Madrid derby later in the evening. I might. If we lose, I'm definitely not doing the Madrid derby. No. Because the Madrid derby, I can watch here in the UK because it's on ITV4 tomorrow evening. So
The Madrid derby's on ITV4.
Tomorrow night, 7:00. I don't know what time kick off, but this program starts at 7:00. Atletico at home to Real Madrid.
That's unfortunate. My lead show is on at 9.
I'll double check actually. I'll double check later, but yeah.
No, you're probably right. It'll probably be an 8:00 kickoff, I'm guessing.
We have a look now. What's going on? You know what? I'll have a look now. One sec. Competitions. Don't care about that. La Liga. It moves up. 8 p.m. kickoff. Can't stand Los Cheetahs. Well, they're getting luck. A certain Englishman's getting their luck, giving them some luck so far this season. So a lot of goals. Saying something with a midfielder scoring more goals than their striker nowadays. What have you done? What have you actually done to this guy? You said something offline or something to him.
I have absolutely no idea. But, so I won't lose any sleep over it.
No. But with that, guys, we are out of here. As I say, back tomorrow, 1:30. If you're on the channel, do subscribe, do smash that like button, do share the content around, because the more you guys share it, the more that YouTube do their bit as well and promote the channel as well. We have to grow the channel even faster. Oh dear. Apart from that, see you soon. As always, take care of yourselves and up the Arsenal. Come on, you guys.